San Francisco es la ciudad que la mayoría de las personas considera como la capital gay del mundo. San Francisco es una de las ciudades de Estados Unidos con más carácter. Fenómenos tan potentes como el hipismo y el activismo relacionado con las minorías sexuales son parte fundamental de su patrimonio local.
Y desde los años 70, San Francisco es llamada la meca del sexo. Faltan pocos minutos para el mediodía. Está por comenzar una de las fiestas anuales más importantes de la ciudad, el San Francisco Pride. La manifestación de orgullo más importante para lesbianas, gays, bisexuales y transexuales de todo el mundo.
Tu cara, sí, tu cara me emociona, siento, sí, tu aire me trastorna, aire, sí. Respiras, que está en tu vida, está en mi vida, corazón.
San Francisco es la ciudad con mayor porcentaje de población LGBT del mundo. L de lesbianas, G de gays, B de bisexuales y T de transexuales. Durante la Segunda Guerra Mundial, miles de soldados homosexuales son dados de baja por su orientación sexual y son enviados a San Francisco. La gran mayoría de ellos se establece en el barrio de Castro.
Hey, how are you?
Good, thank you.
What are you doing here?
I'm work here. Are you a porn star? No.
Sorry?
You don't do porn?
No, do I look like
Yeah.
I do porn?
Yeah. You're very handsome.
Really?
Yeah. Sorry.
Me dice, it's okay, it's okay. Sí, tú no vas a ser de traductor, me estás agarrando el culo.
Sí, claro.
No me agarres el culo de nuevo.
If you walk on the street and look this way at the mountains, you'll see a pink triangle.
Yeah.
So the pink triangle symbolizes back like in the Holocaust when they used to do, tattooing. They tattooed a pink triangle to signify gay. So now us gays take it as a big party.
Han pasado más de 30 años desde que ocurrieron los disturbios de Stonewall. Es la primera vez que la comunidad LGBT de Estados Unidos realiza una protesta por la persecución que sufrían sin que nadie, incluido el gobierno, los defendiera. Actualmente se celebran todos los años manifestaciones del orgullo gay por todo el mundo, recordando los disturbios de Stonewall, y la de San Francisco es una de las más importantes.
¿Qué sé de San Francisco, la canción?
¿La querés cantar?
No sé cómo es la letra.
San
Francisco.
La mayor parte de la comunidad LGBT de San Francisco vive en el barrio de Castro. Su centro es la esquina de las calles Castro con la 18. Ese lugar es conocido como las 4 esquinas más gay de la tierra.
Llama la atención que hay familias con niños, ahí va pasando una familia con una guagua Y en general el ánimo de todo el mundo es de festejar, de celebrar. Están todos con una sonrisa en la cara y es muy entretenido estar acá. Si ustedes se identifican con alguna parte en específico del LGBT.
Yo soy el único que soy homosexual, ellos no son derechos, no son straight. Ya, ellos nomás están aquí como para enseñar un poco de apoyo, ¿verdad?
¿Te identificas con alguna comunidad en particular?
Yeah, I'm bisexual.
Doble posibilidad.
Trans. Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, you know that.
Where people moved here to have freedom, sexual or otherwise. And so it's just grown and expounded exponentially over the years. And that's sort of the amazing part about San Francisco is it's a place of just pure freedom.
Are you having a happy pride?
Huh?
Are you having a happy pride?
Yeah, are you?
I am.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yes.
Love it.
Clark es un ciudadano ilustre del distrito de Castro y la comunidad homosexual. No es un líder activista, pero durante más de 30 años ha sido testigo y ha participado en la mayoría de los eventos del mundo LGBT de San Francisco.
When I came here, it meant freedom. It meant that I could explore my sexuality, that I didn't have to hide who I really am.
Él decidió su trabajo gracias a un consejo de su padre. Tú deberías vender flores. Es un buen negocio.
I'm an African American, gay, bi. Yeah.
Anyway, happy Pride, dear.
Happy Pride.
I'm so glad you're out here doing your thing. So happy.
Guineas.
Guy, tú has estado mucho tiempo acá en esta esquina. Estamos en un lugar como San Francisco que es súper diverso y que acoge a mucha gente. ¿Cómo ha influido tú en ese acoger a las personas?
It was here. It was here. It was the time for hippies and free love and peace demonstrations, and we were ready. The late 70s, early 80s, and I started selling flowers in 82. Well, back in 82 is when AIDS hit San Francisco, maybe a little bit before that, and it changed the entire world. One week you would have friends, and the next week you didn't.
Incendiando el temperamento explosivo y las emociones de los estudiantes.
There was some kind of catastrophe that took people from us. You know, gay, straight, kids, everybody. And there was nothing we knew how to stop it at the time.
A principios de los años 80, la epidemia del SIDA mató a miles de personas en San Francisco. Entonces, la política gay se enfoca casi por completo a obtener recursos para enfrentar esta catástrofe y, en particular, a la creación de una sólida red de organizaciones de ayuda para los enfermos. Esto marca un hito en la historia de la lucha por los derechos de la comunidad gay.
We didn't know how to fix it, but we came together and with us trying to communicate, we were able to help each other in some kind of way. It wasn't a cure, but it was a start.
Los Angeles and San Francisco. The first cases were reported some 2 years ago. Earlier cases may have been improperly diagnosed. This is because early AIDS symptoms closely resemble those of other illnesses.
Well, one morning I received a phone call from a girlfriend of mine who lived right up here. And she said, I just want to warn you that they've desecrated your garage, and that was my garage. And on the front of the garage, they put a swastika. They wrote horrible things, and they threw paint all over, you know. And then they wrote the N-word in dog feces, right here, you know. And that I didn't do anything, that I was just being myself, and why these people hated me, you know, for the color of my skin or for my sexuality. I was depressed. I didn't know what to do. I had been myself, and for people to write these horrible things. I think we can make a difference, you know, and we don't have to do big things. You can do a little thing, like give a person a smile, you know, show them your best side, you know, give them a flower.
So what do you need to survive?
Well, you do need love, and you do need people, but you don't need the diamonds, you don't need the clothes, and you don't need all the material things. You're going to leave life with what you came in life with. You know?
Can I have your watch?
Can you have my watch? Well, you could have my watch, but it's not going to make you happy.
Cuéntanos un poco acerca de la figura de Harvey Milk.
Well, Harvey Milk was a hero of mine because Harvey Milk wanted to run for office and he refused to run undercover. He ran and he said, I'm gay and I'm good.
This is Harvey Milk. This is to be played only in the event of my death by assassination. I'd love to see every gay doctor come out. I'd love to see every gay lawyer, every gay judge, every gay bureaucrat, every gay architect come out. Stand up. Let the world know that would do more to end prejudice overnight than anybody could ever imagine.
Well, Harvey Milk is one of the important figures of San Francisco and really the world's queer history. And he's a pivotal figure for a number of reasons. So here's, did you see the film Milk?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So one of the things we're trying to do here is to say it wasn't Sean Penn and James Franco, right? It's Harvey Milk and his partner Scott Smith. These are the actual people you would have met here in the 1970s. One of the things that was happening was gay people were being attacked. So people who wanted to attack gay people came to the Castro to beat up people and kill people. And people were killed in the Castro in Harvey's time. So he has a sign here. It says, have you been beaten lately? And one of the things to do is to call Castro camera.
Milk alcanza a estar 11 meses en el cargo de supervisor municipal y es responsable de la aprobación de una estricta ordenanza sobre los derechos de los gays en San Francisco. Es asesinado el 27 de noviembre de 1978. El asesino de Milk, Dan White, es declarado inocente y permanece solo 4 años preso. Esto marca un hito en la historia de la lucha por los derechos de la comunidad gay. ver, es como... No es como lo que uno espera de repente del sex shop, que es más escondido, ¿no? Con el escaparate bien bonito, bien armado, con los vibradores adelante.
Y trabaja harto en relación al movimiento sex positive, que es como validar y respetar todas las formas de vivir la sexualidad mientras no genere daño a terceras personas. Mira, donde estamos en una calle, o sea, absolutamente abierta, como que no... Antes, bueno, por lo menos en Santiago los que habían era como un poco tránsfugas, como medio escondidos.
La galería
como que entraba y ahí como pasando piola. Y esto, claro, es más luminoso, más abierto, como que invita más encuentros.
Como debería ser el sexo también, ¿no?
Justamente. ¿Tú estás celebrando también?
Yes, it's fun. I live in the neighborhood.
Yeah, because I saw you with this and I don't know, what is she doing?
I went to the hardware store.
Yeah.
I'm here with my husband and our baby. And we're going to have another one, but
Congratulations.
Thank you. We live in San Francisco, and this is a wonderful neighborhood to live in. It feels fine. It feels good. This is a happy neighborhood, and you know, there's all kinds of people in the world. Who knows what this baby will be, or our daughter, and we love living in a place where people can be who they are.
Happy Pride, San Francisco! Love is winning! We have so much to celebrate, San Francisco! All around the world, marriage equality! All around the world, marriage equality! All around the world!
Es que ahora parece que vamos, es como... Vamos a ver a...
John
y Stuart.
y Stuart. Una pareja que lleva 27 años juntos.
En verdad, lo que más me interesa de John y Stuart es eso, que nos den el secreto. ¿Cómo es? 27 años juntos.
Sí.
John y Stuart son una de las 10 primeras parejas que se casan en el estado de California en febrero del 2008. John es abogado de la Universidad de Stanford y se dedica 100% al movimiento matrimonio igualitario. Stuart es cineasta de la Universidad de Yale, pero actualmente trabaja como analista y director de proyectos para el Centro de Estudio de Prevención del SIDA de la Universidad de California en San Francisco.
Beautiful view. Great.
All right, here we go.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love. So we have been working on the freedom to marry in America, and actually we're going to Japan next month to meet and participate in marriage equality activities there. And we always sing this old Burt Bacharach song.
Burt Bacharach.
Yes.
I didn't know.
Needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. And then we just repeat that over and over until you're going crazy. But it's actually, you know, the heart of the real message.
It's a good theme song for the marriage equality movement.
Yeah. So Stuart's mom and dad, you know, maybe they were of different races. His mom's Chinese American and his dad is English and Irish. And back when they met, it was illegal in many of the United States.
Do you know this history? There used to be laws in many of the U.S. states against...
1948.
Yeah, and so in 1948 is when California, the Supreme Court in the state overturned that law. But it wasn't until 1967 that the U.S. Supreme Court overturned the laws in all the rest of the states.
67. It's amazing. It's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yesterday.
Yesterday.
Me imagino que haber crecido en ese matrimonio, que era interracial, significó un montón de bullying y sin embargo da la impresión de que tú agarraste todo esto y lo transformaste en amor.
My story was different than all my classmates, not just because I wasn't completely white, but because my parents were an interracial couple. That wasn't something to be ashamed of, though. It was actually something to be really proud of and to tell the world, you know, and that it feels like a life lesson. It's really a gift from them that you should marry the person you love, marry the person you choose, not the person who's chosen for you. Parents married, it was very controversial for people of different races to get married. And in fact, when I was a young boy watching television, this would be a subject of a TV show. You know, oh my goodness, people of different races moved across the street. Or even people of different religions, like a Protestant and a Catholic got married and they moved next door. You know, that would be controversial. But now, one generation later, nobody cares.
This is our marriage certificate. And it's, most people see a legal form and just sort of throw it in the drawer or snooze. This is really romantic to us because it represents so much to us.
Yeah, cares. In the bad old days when we did not have marriage equality, every year on Valentine's Day, we would go together to the marriage license counter and we would say, I'm here with the man I love. We're spending our lives together.
We've been together for 15 years.
And they would say, I'm sorry, I can't marry you. Even though it's Valentine's Day, it's against the law. Just making the point, then we would switch partners. And then I would turn to, oh, like a lovely woman standing next to me. And I'd say, okay, well, how about this? Can we get married? And they would say, well, sure, because the only legal requirement for marriage is that you have one man and one woman. And I would say, but, okay, she's beautiful, and she's nice, but I don't love her. This is the man I want to marry because we're spending our lives together. And they would say, well, I'm sorry, but you can't marry him. But you can marry her if you want. Do you have the license? So on our legal wedding day, one of the nice memories of that day was that the same clerk who year after year on Valentine's Day had to say no, on that day, she could say yes.
Oh, really?
It was
She was right.
Because we would always say, can you give us a marriage license? Can you give us a marriage license? And so we came up there and she said, do you have a question to ask me? I've been waiting for a long time.
Because today, the answer is yes.
Virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of California, I pronounce you legally married.
¿Hay algún mensaje o algo que le podrían transmitir a las personas de Chile que están luchando justamente por lo que están luchando ustedes hoy día?
I think the single most important thing is to be strong and to be yourself and to be safe. When I was little, growing up, I'd never dreamed that I would be able to meet the man of my dreams and to legally marry him. I mean, that wasn't a dream that gay people dared to have, you know, in the 1960s. But look at us today. I've been 27 years together and legally married for 6.
We are culturally respective to know that we didn't grow up in Chile. We don't know that culture. So we say that if you can come out and be yourself and tell your story and take that risk, we encourage people to do it. But we also say, and this is what part of Stuart was saying, you have to be safe. And if by doing that, you're going to risk physical violence to yourself, if the emotional toll is going to be so terrible of how you might be treated emotionally, you have to take care of yourself. But if there is a possibility of safety you can handle, then it's so valuable.
Take the chance, Chile.
Estamos claros que existen diferentes formas de vivir la sexualidad, de ser hombres, de ser mujeres, hay distintas orientaciones sexuales. Entonces a mí no me hace mucho sentido por qué tienen que ser distintos ante la ley, por qué no pueden tener el mismo derecho a matrimonio si lo que finalmente los asemeja es...
Lo mismo, el amor.
Es lo mismo.
Creo que es importante que nosotros también, si yo tengo un amigo homosexual, una amiga lesbiana, una amiga que se siente transgénero o lo que sea, tengo que llevar ese tema a mi casa, a mis papás, que tal vez son una generación más antigua, a mis compañeros de oficina, a la gente, un profesor.
Y de a poco yo creo que vamos yendo hacia un nivel mayor de integración, de aceptación, de validación del otro en cuanto a una persona distinta, de respetar los derechos de todos como iguales.
¿Eres chilensis?
Chilensis porotensis.
Qué lindo se ve, me encanta. Mira, el concepto de la mujer, hombre, todos outrageous.
Bueno,
Sí,
igual acá estamos en
Claro.
Castro mismo, pero...
Right, responsibility.
I'm a bottom.
¿Ustedes son pareja?
Amigo.
Amigo, claro, pues si los dos son bottom, estaría un poquitito difícil.
Yeah, you can do nothing.
Yeah.
No.
¿Qué están celebrando?
Pride. We want 2 baby mamas.
Ella tiene a estas dos chicas para ella. Hay mucho olor a marihuana acá en todas partes. Yo creo que me estoy volando un poco solo con respirar. Igual no hay que olvidar que en California está permitido su uso medicinal y al parecer mucha gente la está usando medicinalmente hoy día.
Jimmy's your name?
Roque Rico. Dice que está sin ropa porque acá está permitido y es algo difícil de encontrar en otras partes de Estados Unidos. Él es de Los Ángeles y allá no se puede hacer.
Dress code is freedom. Wear nothing but your pride. It's my theme of the weekend.
You just got here?
We were over at Dolores Park. Absolutely. They always start off great.
Estamos yendo a la casa de Sharon y Amber. Ellas son una pareja, están hace mucho tiempo juntas. Se han casado 8 veces en los distintos estados donde se ha ido aprobando la ley de matrimonio igualitario. Viven en Santa Cruz, que queda aproximadamente a 2 horas de San Francisco, un lugar bien bonito, y viven con su hijo Skyler, que fue concebido por inseminación artificial.
La inseminación es un proceso de reproducción asistida. Se toman espermios de un hombre donante anónimo y se insemina el óvulo en el cuerpo de la mujer. Estos maravillosos avances de la ciencia le han permitido ser padres a parejas del mismo sexo que no quieren adoptar y que quieren que los hijos tengan al menos la mitad de la carga genética de alguno de ellos.
How are you, Sharon?
Hi, hello.
Yeah, hello. Nice to meet you. Me too. Hi, Skylar.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
There's seeds inside, and one got stuck in my teeth.
Oh. So how long you been together?
In 2003, we were at an event, and I mustered the energy up to talk to her. It's our turn, sweetie. It's our turn. And I invited her to hang. She said yes.
I don't know if
we can put on a video for him. All right, somebody can put on a video.
Acerca de Skyler, su hijo, ustedes decidieron tener un hijo.
Well, I always wanted to be a mother. That was always the plan, and it got a little more complicated. It wasn't going to be an accident, but it was always the plan.
For both.
Yes.
You really want to be a mother too.
When I first realized, oh no, I think I'm a lesbian, and what am I gonna do now? I told my mom I never wanted kids. And then I realized actually it was a possibility. We could be two women and raise a family, and then I realized that really was what I wanted. We've been married for about 5 years. Yeah, almost 5 years. Mm-hmm. And we'd gone through grad school, and we decided it was time.
It was really important that we were both on the birth certificate. And it was really important to me as the parent who wasn't the biological parent that my right as a parent would never be questioned. And so after that, I also legally adopted Skyler, because adoption is acknowledged and honored in all 50 states, even though our relationship wasn't.
¿Cómo fue el proceso o la decisión de que tú fueras la madre biológica y no tú? ¿En base a qué se toma esa decisión?
Because I'm older.
So you go first?
Yeah.
And then you're next.
See? At some point.
Yeah. I heard Skyler before. He called you mom and mammy?
He calls me mama.
Mama?
And she's mommy.
So, hello, welcome.
You want to stop here?
Yeah. Por lo menos en Chile, uno de los argumentos en contra de la adopción de familias homoparentales es que los niños van a ser muy discriminados en el colegio. ¿Cuál ha sido la realidad o cuál es la realidad que ustedes ven aquí hoy día?
We're Jewish, and we go to a Jewish preschool, and our synagogue is active out in our faith, and they say that they are an open and affirming congregation, meaning they are actively welcome to the LGBTQ community.
Eso es particularmente en la sinagoga que van ustedes. ¿Cómo es la relación del judaísmo con las parejas homosexuales o con la homosexualidad?
I would say there's a lot of diversity of opinion in the Jewish community. And when I came out, that was one of my biggest fears. I had some tough experiences. I was running a high school Jewish youth program when I was in college and just coming out. And we had a day of diversity where we brought in Jews with different religious beliefs and different cultures and different ethnic backgrounds. And I brought in a gay Jew to talk about his experience. And after that day, a parent wrote a letter to my supervisor saying how awful and inappropriate it was to bring that person in. And he threatened to write a letter to every Jewish newspaper and every rabbi in the community blasting our program. And that was a big wake up to me of what it could mean to come out.
Okay. Is it okay to yes. Okay. All right.
Yes. Yes.
That's Tony. That's too
pony. Yeah. How did I feel at first? You know, I was ambivalent as far as what her ultimate happiness would be, and I was just worried because the only thing I'd ever known was heterosexuality, and it was, but I embraced whatever it was that her destiny was to be, and what's the point? She's my daughter, I love her, and so I was concerned, you know, even for her safety at times, you know. But there's no question, you know, I loved her, and I wanted to push her out into the world and say, hey, you have my blessing no matter what.
¿Alguna vez pensaste en esto, en Skyler, en esta familia tan bonita que construyó finalmente?
I didn't know how they were going to do it, and I used to say, well, I won't tell you about my sexual practices, and I don't have to know about your sexual practices, so call me when one of you is pregnant. And so that's kind of the way we played it, is just, you know, let them figure out where they're going and what kind of family they wanted to be. And we just knew, my husband and I, that we loved Sharon, and of course we loved Amber, and we were just going to embrace the whole thing. We love them. And of course we love Skylar.
The big argument against same-sex marriage was that it would somehow hurt kids. And we wanted to say, we want to be married because we want to protect our family and this child.
And just in your heart for your own child and for their destiny. It's not a choice, it's a destiny, and it's no different than your destiny is to be born in Chile, and mine was my destiny to be born in LA. I can't change that. You can't change it. It's just who you are, and it doesn't change your inner soul.
I love it. Give me 5.
Hey.
Great.
I've had a little experience with that.
Congratulations, Mazel Tov, my daughter and my new daughter.
We're really honored to be here today. I am so delighted to give a personal message to Amber and Sharon on this extraordinarily wonderful day. The two of you are so beautiful together.
And the two of you radiate and look so promising.
Make the world a beautiful place as you do.
Wish your granddaughter the best of luck in your world, best of luck in the world, and I hope they'll be happy.
Stuart, cuéntanos un poco qué es lo que hacen ustedes acá en esta parte específicamente.
As you saw, we're offering people the possibility to get married or to renew their vows. So this is a woman who came here because her sister just came out as lesbian, and when she told her parents,
the parents had a very bad reaction. They rejected her. So her sister actually came here to Gay Pride with a gay flag.
Entonces ella trajo esta bandera y la dejó acá para que toda la gente firme y le escriba cosas y le demuestre que es amada tal como es y principalmente fomentar los valores de familia, los reales valores familiares que son el amor en la familia.
Good afternoon. We are gathered here in the presence of witnesses for the purpose of uniting in matrimony Jorge and Douglas. The contract of marriage is very solemn. It is not to be entered into lightly. Please remember that love, honesty, trust, understanding, commitment, these are the foundations of a happy marriage and a happy life together. No other commitment that two people can make to each other is more tender and more sacred and more vital. Do you, Jorge, take Douglas to be your husband?
Yes, I do.
Do you promise to love and comfort him?
Yes.
Honor and keep him?
Yes.
In sickness and in health?
Yes.
As long as you both shall live?
Yes.
And now, by the authority vested in me, by the state of California, I pronounce you legally married husbands for life. You may kiss.
Cuando clasificamos a las personas, es importante entender lo limitado que es encasillarlas en categorías. Es la mente humana la que inventa estas categorías y fuerza la realidad. Porque en la vida real, las cosas no son blanco o negro. Independiente del color, finalmente, todos somos iguales y merecemos el mismo respeto y los mismos derechos.